Hello, welcome to another episode of the Mindful Introvert podcast. I'm Joe and I help busy go getters avoid burnout by creating a more peaceful life through meditation and unconscious reprogramming. And today's episode is going to be about how you can create more miracles in your life. And so, if this is something that sparks your interest, definitely stick around to find out more. So, what exactly is this whole idea of creating and manifesting more miracles into your life? Firstly, miracles. I call them miracles because they seem to appear out of nowhere and they seem really unlikely, but it seems so to the naked eye, because if you take a deeper look, you'll understand that you've done this and you've created and manifested all of the energies that are surrounding you, either good or bad. When we say about miracles, we are implying that it's something good, right? So I would like to say that manifesting miracles, creating miracles, is something that is easy. And this idea that life is difficult, life is a struggle, we have to hustle, we have to work very hard. Don't misunderstand me. We have to work hard, or we can, so to speak, because having the ability to, it's two completely different things that have a big impact in the language that we use and a big impact in our overall perception. So we can, I lost my train of thought, but we can do whatever we want to. I remember. We can work hard, but we don't have to. It's not necessarily have to happen in order for us to manifest our dream life. Sometimes it's quite the opposite. Sometimes it is when we embrace the resting moments in our life, when we embrace the silent moments, that we really connect with ourselves better and deeper, and we start to manifest at a higher level. And imagine this is a little bit of woo-woo, but at the same time it's very practical and scientific, if you want to. Because imagine this, it is reality, right? So all of us, everything around us, all of the matter is composed of atoms. And atoms in themselves, they're not solid, right? They are composed by other elements, and those elements, it's basically energy. So it's safe to say that we are energy. Everything around us is energy. And by learning how to work with this energy, you start to manifest and create these miracles in your life. And so if you think about this energy, it usually moves in waves. Even as I'm recording this episode right now, I can see in my screen that I have waves just by the sound, right? And that's energy. And that's a frequency. And in order for you to start manifesting and start creating these miracles, you have to get your frequency higher, because all of this manifestation happens at a higher frequency. Think of this as a radio, right? So if you're trying to get whatever radio station, imagine your favorite radio station, and you're trying to tune into that one. It has to be a very specific frequency. If it's similar but not exactly the same, it's very unlikely that you're getting it. And if you're at a very different frequency, absolutely not. You're tuning into that one and you're missing your favorite show. And so imagine you being the radio and you tune in to the frequency that you want to tune in. And that is how you are really going to start to manifest. And practically speaking, how do we do this? We can do this in 2 simple steps. And we get too caught up, especially perfectionists, especially overthinkers, and people who get into this perfectionism cycle and the overwhelm cycle. Very busy people, go-getters, and very ambitious, go, and overachievers. These people tend to attach themselves too much to the results, attach themselves too much to the details, the how they are going to do it. Has to be this way and this way and this way, and they plan a lot, and they're not very flexible, very strict with their routines and their journey to their destination. And this is fine, nothing wrong with it. It's great in business, it's great in professional situations where you have to achieve the goals for a company, for your own business. But when it comes to personal development, it's really better to keep it more, I wouldn't say ambiguous, but yeah, it can be ambiguous. It can be more flexible, more big picture, open-minded, and more out there. Doesn't have to be strict, So you can be more creative, more free, and just explore the options that you have. So when you are more in the perfectionist mindset, it's either or, right? It's more of a black and white. It's more of a all or nothing mindset. Whereas when you're manifesting, is more you're open-minded, you're open to allowing your creativity to flow. And that is really how you get connected with your true self, because it's through your creativity. And don't even start to think, because maybe right now you're thinking, I'm not creative. I don't know how to draw. I don't know how to paint. I don't know how to play an instrument. I'm not creative. I don't know how to write amazing text. Believe me, I thought I wasn't creative until I started to meditate, until I started to do these visualizations. And it wasn't the first visualization that I got the idea, oh my God, I'm so creative. No, I had to keep at it, develop a habit and develop something that was flawed in a way. Initially, I started and I thought, okay, this has to meet this type of goal, so it has to be a certain way. But then I understood that it can be one way, another day is a second way, another day is a third way. So there are so many options, and that's the beauty of life, of you creating options. And this whole idea of manifesting is for you to create more options and to consider what's best to come. And so that is really the key, starting to manifest and doing these visualizations. And these practices are very good to really enable your creativity to flow. And that is when you start to daydream a little bit and you experience yourself as someone who already got that miracle in your life. Okay, so imagine that you want to, start your business. And so you put out that idea to the universe. Because I didn't even know if I mentioned, because I was so caught up in this whole idea that the whole manifestation plays with the law of attraction, right? The law of attraction is a fundamental law of the universe that says that your thoughts create your reality, and whatever you focus on your energy on, it basically grows. So if you're focusing your energy on the pains of your day-to-day life, your obstacles, your problems, your challenges, you will attract even more to your life. And so if you're thinking things that you're grateful for, opportunities that you have in the future, opportunities that you will create for yourself, good things, it's much more likely that you'll attract more and more of those good things. But all of this has a caveat. Don't even think that manifestation is just thinking positive, because it is not, okay? Manifestation is thinking positive, doing the inner work, doing the visualizations, doing the affirmations if you so desire, doing the meditations, connecting with your true self, understanding who you are. And that's the tricky part. But I can help you with that. Understanding who you really are, and then take action, or take action as you go along. So it's not just thinking positive. Okay, so now that at the 10-minute mark, I explained what this episode is all about, we can go back to the whole idea. So how do we start this? We always have to keep it broad and open, like I said, because if it's too specific, I know how sometimes, especially how these people say that we have to do goals that are very specific, very measurable, attainable, and realistic, and all of that, the SMART model. That is true, yes, but when it comes to the universe, when it comes to spirituality, it's good to have broader baseline. It's good to have, because when you think about it, imagine that you want to have a loving relationship, or imagine that you want to get into a loving relationship with, I don't know, Maria or John. That idea that you're creating is to actually have happiness and love and care and all of these higher values that are so true to who you are your core values, essentially. So it's good to keep it a little bit broader in that sense. So always begin with the end. Always begin with your destination. Always begin with your outcome. And make it so that is more true to your values, like I said. So look for love, look for wealth and abundance, look for health, more broader topics. And then you can chunk down almost to the details and specify a little bit more. And you can do so in your visualizations to really help you get the picture and the feelings, and it's almost like you're there already. And this manifestation, I feel like a lot of people think that is just a myth and doesn't really work, because you don't see it happening. Like I said in the beginning, it's something that you do one day, and another day at a time. And each day that you're going along, it doesn't seem like anything is happening. And at one point, a big thing happens, and that's when we call miracles. Because they're not miracles, they are actions, a continuous action that we've been taking, that has been intentional, has been directed, and we are very focused on doing it. But we are so focused on the actual end result that we don't see the journey. And that's another topic that is very important in manifestation, is for you to, yes, know where you're going, but not necessarily know how you are going to get there. And you have to trust the universe and really stop micromanaging the universe, because it knows what it's doing, and it knows when is best for you, where is best for you, and how it's best for you. You just have to be concerned with the what and not the whole of the what. You can get the bigger picture of the what. And yeah, so that's the idea. And like I've mentioned a few episodes back, when you are creating your goals and your dream life, make it so that is not so contingent on other people's behaviors and other people's intentions. So imagine you want to get in a relationship with John. You are already implying John in the picture. So if you send out to the universe instead that you want a loving relationship, that is much more open-ended, and you give space and time to the universe to give you exactly what you deserve and exactly what is meant for you. Instead of you just trying to micromanage everything, and it has to be a certain time, has to be a certain way. That is what us perfectionists, or should I say recovering perfectionists, do. We have to know exactly what we're getting into, and we have to know what we are supposed to feel, what we are supposed to do, what we are supposed to think. And it's hard for us. It's not so much that we don't trust people or we don't trust the process. It's a little bit, comes a little bit out of fear, right? Fear of not doing it right, and just fear of it not working, fear of us being wasting our time. And it comes a little bit of fear, and also a need for control. So if you let go a little bit of your need for control, I know this is tricky, but with time, the more you do it, the easier it gets. If you let go a little bit of your control, do something that you know that you can explore your creativity, journaling, meditation, any other hobby that you have, that you feel creative and you feel like your inner dialogue lessens a little bit. You feel a little bit more free, with more joy and more relaxed. Definitely do that before you do any kind of visualization, any kind of manifestation practice. And then it's take action, is set out the message to the universe, trust the universe each day, and take action. Take action, necessarily not knowing exactly how, but start. You just have to know the first step. The second step will be shown to you, and you will get there. So that is my message for you today. We covered quite a lot. Oh, there's a million more to cover, but that's why we have much more episodes coming our way. And I am working on something so good for you at the end of this month. Hopefully, I will have a free masterclass on the topic will be work-life balance. So definitely, if you're interested, keep posted. Just see on my Instagram, because I will be posting some behind the scenes, some new things that will be coming. And I will be opening some spots for my one-to-one coaching on getting rid of overwhelm, resistance, and really understand the blockage and the limiting beliefs that are really keeping you stuck. And we are going to work past those to get you to your dream life, get you to a place where you are manifesting like crazy, and you call them miracles. But then after you go through all of this, you'll understand that they are not miracles. They are exactly what you deserve. So I will see you again on the next episode. Goodbye.